Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mr. Prosper channel, where we talk about prosperity life hacks. I'm Isabella.
And I'm Dave. It's so good to be back with all of you. How are you doing today, Isabella?
I'm doing great, Dave. Feeling very present, you could say.
Present? I like the sound of that. Is there a story there?
There is. It has to do with our topic for today, which I am really excited to dive into. We're going to be talking about something that's buzzing in our pockets and on our wrists all day long. Notifications.
The constant pings, dings, and buzzes. I have a love-hate relationship with them. Mostly hate lately, if I'm being honest.
Exactly. So today, we're exploring the incredible benefits of turning off notifications on our phones and smartwatches. We'll discuss how fewer distractions can help us become more emotionally prosperous with less anxiety and much more focus.
This is such an important conversation to have. I think so many of us feel overwhelmed by our devices, but we don't know how to break free. It feels like we have to be connected 24/7.
That's the feeling, isn't it? But we're here to challenge that. And before we get into the nitty-gritty of how to reclaim our peace and focus, we want to ask you, our amazing listeners, a small favor. If you enjoy our conversations and find them helpful, please take a moment to subscribe to Mr. Prosper channel.
Yes, and don't forget to give this episode a like and share it with someone you think might need to hear this message. It helps our channel grow and allows us to reach more people who want to live a more prosperous and fulfilling life. Your support means the world to us.
It truly does. Now, let's get started. Dave, tell me, what's your first thought when you hear your phone buzz with a notification?
That's a great question. My honest first reaction is a little jolt of something. It's a mix of curiosity and, I have to admit, a bit of anxiety. My brain immediately goes, what is it? Is it urgent? Is it work? Is it good news? Is it bad news? It's like a mini roller coaster of emotion in a split second.
I can relate to that completely. It's an instant interruption. It pulls you out of whatever you're doing, whether you're having a conversation, working on a project, or just trying to relax and read a book. And research actually shows that it takes, on average, about 23 minutes to fully refocus after a distraction.
Wow, 23 minutes? That's a huge amount of time. If you get, say, 10 notifications in a couple of hours, that's, well, I'm not a math genius, but that's a lot of lost focus.
It adds up incredibly fast. And it's not just about focus. It's about our emotional well-being. Think about that little jolt you mentioned. Psychologists say that each notification can trigger a tiny fight or flight response in our nervous system. Our body releases a small amount of stress hormones like cortisol.
That makes so much sense. It explains why I sometimes feel so drained at the end of the day, even if I haven't done anything particularly strenuous. It's like my brain has been running a marathon of tiny sprints, reacting to every single buzz.
That's a perfect way to describe it. It's a state of constant, low-grade alertness. We're never truly at rest. Our brains are conditioned to wait for the next ping. And this is by design. App developers want to pull us back into their apps as often as possible.
The famous dopamine hit. I've read a little about that. Every time we see a like or a new message, our brain gets a little reward, a little shot of a feel-good chemical called dopamine. So we keep checking, hoping for that next reward. It's like a slot machine in our pocket.
Yes, exactly. And just like a slot machine, it's highly addictive. We start to crave that validation, that sense of connection, even if it's superficial. But the flip side is that when we don't get those notifications, or if the notification is stressful, we can feel a sense of anxiety or even loneliness.
It's a vicious cycle. So what's the first step to breaking free? Does it mean we have to throw our phones into the ocean and go live in a cave?
As tempting as that sounds some days, no, not at all. It's not about rejecting technology. It's about using it mindfully and intentionally. The first, most powerful step is to conduct a notification audit.
A notification audit? I like the sound of that. It sounds official and empowering. How does it work?
It's simple. You go into your phone's settings and look at the notification permissions for every single app. And you ask yourself one simple question for each app. Does this notification truly serve me, or does it just serve the app?
That's a great filter. I'm already thinking of a dozen apps that would not pass that test. The news alerts that just make me anxious, the shopping apps telling me about a sale I don't need, the games reminding me to collect my daily bonus.
Precisely. The vast majority of notifications are not urgent or important. They're designed to create a sense of urgency. So the first step is to be ruthless. Turn off notifications for all non-essential apps. And by not essential, I mean anything that isn't a direct message from a real human being that you might need to respond to in a timely manner.
So social media notifications would be the first to go? The likes, the comments, the new follower alerts?
Absolutely, all of them. Think about it. Does knowing that someone liked your photo from 3 hours ago need to interrupt your dinner with your family? No! You can check all of that later on your own terms when you consciously decide to open the app.
That's a huge mindset shift right there. Instead of being reactive to the phone's demands, you become proactive in how you engage with it. You're in control, not the app.
That's the core of it, taking back control. I read a story from a woman who said that before she turned off her notifications, she realized she was constantly reacting to her phone rather than interacting with it. She felt like she was subscribed to a 24/7 newsletter of everyone else's lives, and she finally decided to unsubscribe.
I love that analogy, unsubscribing from the noise. So you'd recommend starting with social media notifications, news apps, and shopping apps. What about emails and messaging apps? Those can feel a bit more critical.
They can, and this is where it gets personal. For email, I'd suggest turning off the instant push notifications. Do you really need to know the second a new email arrives? For most of us, the answer is no. Instead, you can set your email app to fetch new emails every hour, or even better, just open the app and refresh it manually a few times a day at set times.
That's a great idea. It's called batching, right? Dealing with similar tasks all at once. So you have a designated email time instead of letting emails interrupt you all day. That would make me so much more productive at work.
It makes a world of difference. The same goes for messaging apps. Many of them, like WhatsApp or group chats, can be overwhelming. You can often mute specific conversations that are very active but not always urgent. You can still see the messages when you open the app, but your phone won't buzz every 30 seconds.
But what about emergencies? I think that's a big fear for people. What if someone really needs to reach me and I miss the notification?
That is a valid concern, and it's the #1 reason people hesitate. But here's the thing to remember. In a true emergency, people will not just send you a single text message, they will call you. A phone call will still come through even if your other notifications are silenced.
That's a very good point. A real emergency is a phone call, not a comment on a photo. And you can also customize your do not disturb or focus mode settings. You can allow calls from specific contacts, like your family or your child's school, to come through no matter what.
Yes, exactly. So you are not completely cutting yourself off from the world. You are simply curating the interruptions. You are building a digital fortress of focus and calm, and you are the gatekeeper. You decide who and what gets through.
A digital fortress of focus. I'm going to write that down. So let's talk about the emotional prosperity side of this. We mentioned less anxiety, but what other positive changes can people expect to see?
The biggest change people report is a feeling of being more present. When you're not constantly being pulled away by your phone, you can fully engage with what's in front of you. You listen more attentively in conversations. You notice the small details in your surroundings. You enjoy your meals more. You are truly there.
I can see how that would deepen your relationships. It sends a powerful message to the person you're with when you give them your undivided attention. It says, you are more important than whatever might be happening on my phone.
It's a sign of respect for others and for yourself. It's respecting your own time and your own mental space. Another huge benefit is improved sleep quality. So many of us take our phones to bed, and a notification lighting up the screen in the middle of the night can disrupt our sleep cycles, even if we don't fully wake up. The blue light from the screen can also interfere with our body's production of melatonin, the sleep hormone.
Ah, the dreaded pre-bedtime scroll. It's so easy to fall into that trap. You just want to check one thing, and suddenly an hour has passed. Having no notifications would definitely make the phone less tempting to pick up at night.
It really does. My advice is to create a phone-free zone in your bedroom, or at the very least, put your phone on Do Not Disturb or sleep mode an hour before you go to bed. Use a traditional alarm clock instead of your phone, so there's no excuse to have it right next to your pillow.
These are such practical and actionable tips, Isabella. I think our listeners can really start implementing these right away. Let's recap the first few steps for someone who is feeling inspired to start their digital declutter.
Of course. Step 1 is the notification audit. Go through your apps and turn off notifications for everything that isn't absolutely essential for communication with your key people. Be ruthless.
Step 2 is to customize your settings. Use features like Do Not Disturb or Focus Mode. Create a list of favorite.
Step 3 is to batch your tasks. Turn off push notifications for email and check it at specific times during the day. Do the same with social media. Schedule your scrolling time instead of letting it happen randomly.
And step 4, create a sanctuary. Make your bedroom a phone-free or notification-free zone to protect your sleep and your peace of mind.
Perfect. And remember, this doesn't have to be an all-or-nothing approach. A psychologist I read about suggested a technique called exposure with response prevention. It means you start slow.
Ah, so you don't have to go cold turkey?
Not at all. Maybe for the first week, you just turn off notifications for your top 3 most distracting apps. See how it feels. You'll likely notice that you didn't miss anything important and that you felt a little bit calmer. That positive reinforcement will make it easier to turn off more notifications the following week.
That's a much less intimidating way to start. It's like building a new muscle. You start with a small weight and gradually increase it as you get stronger.
That's a beautiful way to put it. You're building your focus muscle and your presence muscle. And the more you strengthen them, the more you'll realize how much you are missing out on when you were constantly distracted.
I also think about the impact on our smartwatches. They were designed for convenience, but they can become another source of constant interruption, buzzing on our wrist where it's even harder to ignore.
Oh, absolutely. The same principles apply. A smartwatch can be a great tool, but you have to be the master of it. Go into the Watch app on your phone and be extremely selective about which apps can send notifications to your wrist. For me, the only things I allow on my watch are calendar alerts for my next meeting and calls from my family. Everything else can wait until I look at my phone.
That's a great system. It keeps the watch as a tool for productivity, not a tool for distraction. It's there to serve a specific, helpful purpose.
Exactly. It's about defining the role that you want technology to play in your life. Is it your master or is it your assistant? By managing your notifications, you are firmly putting it in the assistant role.
This conversation has been so eye-opening. It's made me realize that emotional prosperity isn't just about big life changes. It's also about these small, consistent habits that protect our peace and our mental energy every single day.
That's the heart of what we talk about here at Mr. Prosper Channel. Prosperity is holistic. It's about your finances, yes, but it's also about your relationships, your health, and your emotional well-being. And having control over your attention is one of the most valuable assets you can have in today's world.
I couldn't agree more. Your attention is your currency. Where you choose to spend it determines the quality of your life.
So well said, Dave. And for our listeners, we want to hear from you. What is your relationship with notifications like? Have you ever tried turning them off?
Yes, we'd love for you to share your experiences in the comments below. What are your biggest notification struggles? Or if you've already taken this step, what benefits have you noticed in your own life? Your stories can inspire other members of our community.
And as we wrap up, a final reminder to please subscribe to Mr. Prosper Channel if you haven't already. Share this episode with a friend or family member who you think could benefit from a little more peace and a little less buzzing.
And give us a thumbs up if you found this conversation helpful. It really does help our channel grow. Thank you all so much for tuning in and for being a part of our journey to a more prosperous life.
Thank you, everyone. Take control of your notifications this week, and we'll see you next time for more Prosperity Life Hacks. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Stay present.